today we're going to be diving into Boros, and Boros is a deck, it was my, I guess you could say, passion project for me. It was a deck that I'm like, this deck shouldn't work, so let me find a way to make it work. So if you keep watching this video, you're going to find out how I made this Boros deck work, featuring mostly Boros, and a few other guest stars as well. And yeah, we're just going to jump right in. Alright, so jumping right into things, we're going to go ahead and start talking about the man that this deck is centered around. It is Boros, and you're running 4 of them because it's Boros. You need Boros in the Boros deck, and if you don't have Boros in the Boros deck, then you're not playing Boros properly, because if it's not a Boros deck without Boros in it, you know what I'm saying, Boros? Anyways, yeah, so you're running 4 of them, and it's a good card too. You know, his active, or his trigger is an active trigger, where you stand a character up, switch to, you guys know what the triggers are called by now, I'm pretty sure. So this is an active trigger. When played, draw a card, place one from hand to sideline. Really good. You get to do some sideline stuff. You get to build up this character. I mean, the sideline stuff most so plays in the Garo deck, but we're not talking about the Garo deck today. We're talking about the Boros deck. So yeah, you're running 4 of them because you turn 1, you draw a card, you get to dig deeper in your deck, get more answers, get more responses, and then put aside, you know, some cards that you may not need for this game. Who knows how the game's going to play? Only you will in the moment. The next card that you have is going to be Speed of Sound Sonic. He's a fast boy, he moves quick, and he's just here to make sure that you have zeros on the field. Truthfully, that's kind of the main reason you need Speed of Sound Sonic in this deck. Truthfully, I believe that Boros and Speed of Sound Sonic pair really well together. But what I did do was I put some Speed of Sound Sonics in the Boros deck because it just feels right to have this guy with Boros. It just makes sense to me, and you'll see a little bit more about why I put Speed of Sound Sonic in the Boros deck a little bit later. Next up, we have Super S, and we're only running 2 of her. The only reason we're running Super S at all is because of the energy generation, and we're going to need the energy generation for Raid Boros, which is a very important part of the deck, and truthfully, you do not even get a good amount of power unless you have that energy to bring out Boros. And Super S is going to help you do that with early game stuff. I mean, she's a 0 energy, you get to put her on the field, tap her for an extra energy generation. Honestly, you could even use her to get out some earlier plays a little bit quicker, like your 2 cost or your 3 cost a little bit earlier. That way, you can like get rid of her, and then your field is open with good energy generation on it. Well, there's a lot of stuff that can be used with these cards, and honestly, I had to put Super S in the deck because I feel like she is a vital part of this deck. Just for the energy generation. And then to wrap up the zeros, we have Armored Gorilla. I'm only running 2 Armored Gorillas because he has Nullify Impact. He's a Nullify Impactor, and with Impact being such a very powerful thing in this set for One Punch Man, especially when it comes to One Punch Man himself, Saitama in green, 15 energy, 2 action, hitting you for Impact 3 or damage 7. You're going to want to nullify that impact so that you don't have to deal with it. Nullify Impact's really good, and honestly, it saved me in a fight against the sisters. So, Nullify Impact is just too good to pass up nowadays. So, you're going to want to have at least 1 or 2 Nullify Impact characters in your decks from here on out, just pretty much look out for it. Honestly, you could have done it in the past, but it just kind of triggered in our brains a little bit more lately with the newer sets. So, having a Nullify Impact card, very important. Next up, we have Mosquito Girl, and we have 2 of her here. I would pull out the alt art, but I just recently, anyways, we got Mosquito Girl here. She's pretty good. The main purpose of this card is to, 1, have a 1 energy cost that I can get out on the field quickly. She has a draw trigger, which is very, very good for this deck, because this deck you need to kind of go through it quickly to get your answers quick as possible so you can build up your play that you want to build up to. But not to mention, because you're building up to your play that you want to build up to and you're trying to do it as quick as possible, and therefore draw triggers will help out, she also has another thing that helps you get to your main goal of this deck, which is to get you and your opponent to 4 or less life. Therefore, you have to sometimes do damage to yourself so that your opponent doesn't have to worry about doing damage to you, and you can just focus on dealing damage to them, so that way you hit that threshold quicker. So pretty much when she's played, you get to choose up to 1 character on your field to get 1k BP. Really good buff. It's a good buff to help you get over some small stuff. It's good. But on your main phase, you can take a card from your life, put it to your hand, and if you do, then she herself gets pretty much 2500 BP into the end of turn. 2500 BP on a 1500 card is really good because what does that put her at? That puts her at 4K. That puts her at a 4K card just for adding a life from card to hand. Not only are you helping yourself lower your life, but you're also getting a 4K beater on the field that's just able to swing and just knock a lot of stuff out of the way. It's really good. It's really powerful because, hey, I'm okay with having a 4K beater on the field as long as I'm able to hit my goals in the end. Next up, speaking of Mosquito Girl, who is part of the House of Evolution, we're going to be running 3 Dr. Genuses here. Pretty much when he's played, you can add a card from your life to your hand, and if you do, you can play up to 1 House of Evolution card with required fulfilled energy generation, emphasis on fulfilled, from your hand to the field, which is really good because, hey, let's say you build up to 3 or 4. This Dr. Genus ability becomes a lot stronger because then on, like, let's say your second turn, you play, let's say, Boros turn 1, right? You play Boros turn 1. You got your Boros out on the field, right? Next turn, you play your Mosquito Girl, and then since you have 2 energy, you play your Dr. Genus, right? Dr. Genus, you add a card from your life to hand, and then you can play a 3 energy House of Evolution card. And we're going to talk about that card later when we get to it. But yeah, Dr. Genus is a really good card. He helps you get out more cards for less action points, essentially. You pay 1 action point and can get 2 characters out. It's a good way to cheat out characters and a good way to get more damage through because you're getting more value on the board. Your board presence is becoming more of a problem a lot quicker. Therefore, you're able to capitalize on it more. Therefore, you're able to start getting early damage and then pretty much get a chance to steal the game away. Next up, we have some more Sonics here. This one is going to be the Color Trigger Sonic, and we're only going to be running 3 of the Color Trigger here. And the reason we're only running 3 of the Color Trigger here is because, well, honestly, 3 color triggers is fine. Really, it's fine because the color in red isn't too powerful. You know, you kill something at 2500 or less BP. Unless you have a way to lower BP, it's not the greatest thing in the world. But hey, it can help you out early game, I guess. Anyways, on your turn, it has an ability, because this is the first card that correlates to the combined total of 4 or less life. Therefore, when that happens, on your turn, this character gets 1k BP, putting him at 4k. 4k beaters, very good, especially because it forces blocks, or you can cheat out damage, because they don't want to lose a character that's 4k or less BP if they block it. You know, it's really good to have a character that threatens the board at 4k, even at such low life where it's like hit or miss. It's like a big risk factor of I can't afford to take this damage, so this character is able to kill off characters and wipe out your opponent's board a lot easier. Not to mention, when he's played, you can also place 3 cards from your sideline into your removal area, pretty much banishing it, to draw a card, which is good because you get to go deeper in your deck to find your answers a little bit more. And there are 2 really big answers in this deck that you're going to want to be searching for at all times, just to at least have in your hand, so that when you get to the end game, you're actually going to be hurting your opponent very badly. So yeah. Your next card is only going to be 2 of these Speed of Sound Sonics. Now, as you see here, when played, you get to draw a card. Then you can place 1 card from your hand to the sideline. It's just like Boros, except it's on a 2 energy card instead. So you essentially have 6 of these cards that draw 1, place 1 from hand to sideline in your deck, which is good. You get to go through your deck, and you filled up that sideline for the other Speed of Sound Sonic effect, just like the other Boros. And it's just really good to see cards like this that help you go through your deck quickly. Also, on your main phase, once per turn, you can place 3 cards from your sideline to your hand, or to your removal area, sorry, not hand. And if you do, he gains 1k BP till end of turn, putting him at 4k. Just like this Speed of Sound Sonic, they're both menaces. They look very similar, but they're both menaces. That's what's important. That's what's important. Having a menace on the field that's able to just threaten your opponent in the blink of an eye. At the speed of sound. Next up, 1, 2, 3, 4. I tried to do it as clean as possible, but I couldn't. You got 4 3 energy 1 action Boroses. They generate 2 energy, which is really good because you want to get that 6 energy generation for the raid Boros. But also, when he's played, you can take a card from your life to your hand to draw 2 cards and then place 1 from hand to your sideline. So what is that? What is that? What is that? That's extreme value in my opinion. In my honest opinion, I believe that that's some really good value. You take a card from your life to your hand. You don't have to worry about any triggers activating or anything. You just get to add that card from your life to your hand, and you just get to use it. No matter what that card is, you get to use it later on. Same thing with Dr. Genus and Mosquito Girl. You just get to use it because you're adding the card from your life to your hand. That's one extra card for card advantage in your hand. Then you get to draw 2 cards. That's 2 extra cards for card advantage. Then you place 1 card from your hand to the sideline. So it's pretty much a draw 3, sideline 1. If you tell me that's not good, you're lying to me. On top of generating 2 energy, for this deck format, for the way this deck works of trying to get Boros out as quick as possible, the raid Boros, at 6 energy, generating 2 energy is going to help you get to 6 energy a lot quicker. Drawing cards, if your Boros is in life, you get that in hand. If that Boros is in your deck, you get that in hand. It's really good. And honestly, this card should be with any raid Boros you have, just truthfully, I believe, because raid Boros also has a requirement that we will talk about when we get to that card. Not to mention, 3k BP, not bad early game. Next up, 3 energy, 1 action, speed of sound Sonic. He generates 2 energy. You're going to need the 2 energy generation in this deck. 2 energy generation is very important in this deck. 3k plus BP, which means on the main phase, that's right, you get to put 3 cards from your sideline to your removal area to have this character gain 1k BP till end of turn. Which, hey, doesn't that ability sound familiar? That's right, both of these characters have the same ability where you just pretty much put 3 cards from your sideline to your removal area to give them 1k BP, putting them at 4k, making them 4k beaters, which is really good because, hey, that's a threat on the board. Also, he has steps, so if at any point in time you can just be like, I need that energy generation for Boros, then you can bring out Boros a little bit quicker. Or, you know, you could do some other shenanigans. Let's say for some reason you want to just go all in, and you somehow protect both these Speed Sound Sonics. You have no energy in your backline because they killed off all your other characters. Step them both back. You now have 4 energy generation. You can still practically play almost every card in your deck because of these boys right here. Thank you, Step. Thank you so much, Step. I'm thankful for you, Step. Anyway, speaking of energy generation, we have this boy here. He's just here for energy generation. I'm not gonna lie. Also, the fact that if your opponent's playing a green or a yellow deck, you get to just cheat him out a little bit earlier, just 1 turn earlier. It's not bad. It's a good little situational bonus, honestly. Hey, I'm going up against a green deck. Hey, I'm going up against a yellow deck. I get to use him an extra, like essentially 1 energy earlier. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Only in those situations. Otherwise, it's kind of not really a great card, but the reason it's not that great of a card is because it doesn't have a trigger. However, in your deck, where you're bringing cards from your life to your hand, it doesn't matter if this card has a trigger or not, because the trigger's not activating it when you put it in your hand. You're putting it in your hand. Which means, this card just becomes a little bit better, because, hey, I have this card from my life to hand, perfect. I have a 2 energy generating card that I can probably get out an extra energy sooner, and it's beautiful. I just get a 2 energy generating card on the field. It's so fast, it's almost like it's free. Garo, we're only running 1 of these. And the reason we're only going to be running 1 of these Garos is for one very simple reason. The reason why we're running only 1 Garo is because it generates 2 energy. I just wanted another 2 energy generating card. Not to mention, on your turn, he gets 1k BP, putting him at 4k every time on your turn for freezies. So it's not bad. You get a 4k beater or a 2 energy generating card. It's really good. It has a little bit of versatility to it, but it's not too big of a focus in the deck, so I'm only running him at 1 because of it. It would suck to draw this card if you needed something else. That's why it's a 1 of. Next up, the next House of Evolution series comes with Beast King. This was the card I was mostly talking about. At 3 energy, you can play this card. If that perfect turn works and you get the 2 cards and then Dr. Genus out, you can play Beast King on the front line. That way you have a 3500 BP character to defend any incoming opponent attacks. Not to mention, on your turn, he gets 500 BP, putting him at 4k. He's a 4k beater on your turn. And to cheat him out with Dr. Genus means that you are literally taking the extreme offense and are just going in. You're able to just absolutely rip your opponent to shreds like a beast, like the king of beasts, in his element. Like you're just out there, and yeah, you get the idea. Beast King's really good. You're only running 2 of him because of that situational point of he's only good if you're able to get him onto the front line, especially if you cheat him out early. He's even better, but he's still not bad mid-game. Late game, you kind of don't really want him that much on the field late game, but mid-game, he's good. Early game, he's insane. So he's a threat early game, because what's going to get over 3,500 BP early game when you're still setting up your board? Not much. Next is one of your big cards that you're going to be focusing on trying to get towards, and that is Carnage Kabuto. Carnage Kabuto is a pretty good card in the right situation. So first things first, he's a 4K beater. Naturally, he's a 4K beater, really good. You love a 4K beater because he's able to pressure your opponent. He's able to... I've mentioned this countless times before earlier in this video already. But Carnage Kabuto has an ability where on the main phase, you can place a card from your hand to the sideline once per turn. And you can only activate this ability if, guess what? If your life and your opponent's life combined is 4 or less. That's right. At that moment, he gets impact when you discard one card from your hand to the sideline. By doing that, this now becomes a 4K impact character that now threatens your opponent's life and board at the same time. And it's a great villainous presence to have out on the field, because this, combined with the next card that I'm actually going to put out on the field with Carnage Kabuto, just to emphasize how terrifying this combo is going to be. Boros and Carnage Kabuto. They're constantly going to be swinging in. All of them have impact. Yes, Boros has impact innately. Carnage Kabuto, you have to have it at the end game. But either way, you're swinging in with impact possibly 4 times if you set up your board right. So, 4 Carnage Kabutos, 4 Boroses. And we're going to actually move past Carnage Kabuto and talk about just Boros right now. Boros. First things first. Once again, with the combined life total being 4 or less, he will then cost, guess what? 2 energy less to get out. So late game, this is a 4 energy card to get out. But right now, it's 6 energy. He has impact innately. No matter what the restriction is, you just have to raid on top of him. He gets impact. When you play him, if the combined life total is 4 or less, that's a common trend in this Boros deck here. But with that when that happens, first things first, he gains 1k BP to end the turn. That's innate. That's no matter what, whether the life total is that or not. So he's a 5k BP character with impact. But what's important is that when that life total is less, you can pay an action point to kill any character on your opponent's front line. BP cost does not matter. If Saitama did not have the restriction that he could not be removed from the field for abilities, Boros will be able to kill Saitama even at 10k BP. That just goes to show you how much of a king this Boros guy is. Boros is a Chad. He's really out here just threatening board states. No matter how high of a BP count your opponent is at, if they raid in a Toto from JJK Purple, and he's at 6k BP, yeah, I'm just going to raid in my Boros, pay an extra action point just to kill off your Toto. Because I just need to kill a character on your front line. I just get to kill a character on your front line. There's no conditions to it. It just dies. It's really good. Boros is a good way to apply pressure because not only do you get to wipe something off on the board if you meet those requirements, but impact. Impact, it's the story of the game. Impact is so vital to you in Arena that if you don't have a deck with impact in it, it's kind of like, I won't say what are you doing, because there are some clever ways to work around a deck that does not have impact in it. But if you run a deck without impact in it, it's just like you're almost like playing with fire a little bit. So that's why I got Boros and Carnage Kabuto out here running impact. They're running double team. They're working, and they're definitely going to be taking out some lives with this. Now stay right there, because just because I hit the last card of the deck doesn't mean we're done. Or not last card of the deck. The last card of the characters doesn't mean I'm done. Next, we're getting into the event cards, starting with the Sight Monster Association. You're only running one of this because, let's be honest, you're not running a Garo deck. Your deck barely has any Monster Association cards in it, but it generates 2 energy. And it's constantly on the back line, so your opponent won't be able to really trifle with it unless they're running JJK, where they're able to destroy sites, or, what was it? Hunter x Hunter Purple, or not Purple, wow. Wow. Blue, where a Bengon can get rid of sites as well. If they have site removal, yeah, they'll be able to get rid of Monster Association. But not a lot of the big decks out right now run site removal. Therefore, having a Monster Association on the field in general is really good because, first of all, he's generating that 2 energy in the backline. Second of all, at any point, you can switch this card to resting, put the top card of your sideline, or of your deck into your sideline. That fuels Sonic. That fuels Sonic a little bit. Not to mention, you just get to go through your deck a little bit. You get to fuel Sonic in the mid game. It's really good. But other than that, it just generates 2 energy. The next card, Windblade Leg. You're running enough Sonics in this deck to where this kill card is going to be very important to you. is going to help you get rid of characters real quickly, especially because a lot of your Sonics will just be sitting in the back line. Specifically, the 2 energy generating one will be mostly in the back line sometimes, but if he goes up front, he can still do his own thing. But Windblade Leg's really good, especially if you have a 0 Sonic, just leave him in the back line. Just let him generate energy the entire game. You don't need to put 0 energy Sonic on the front line that much. Because then you can just Windblade Leg at any point in time and hit some of their most powerful cards. It's a really good thing to just have, plus 4 special triggers, it's good to hit a special trigger on life. And last but not least, your 4 finals. I don't need to say anything else, it's just 4 finals. So yeah, that's going to wrap up the Boros deck. And that is Boros. I do have to say, I do like the mechanic of having to have a low amount of life before you really get a lot of the benefits from it. I mean, after all, you're shortening your lifespan like Boros does. So, all I'm saying is, I think it fits his character pretty well. But I will say this Boros deck is very fun. I love playing it. It's a lot of fun. Not the best. It's not. But that's mostly because you have your Saitama and you have your sisters out. Those decks are kind of outshining the rest of these decks right now because of how powerful they are. But yeah, thank you all for watching this video. And stay tuned because we are going to be posting more deck videos throughout, maybe not this week, but next week. And leading up to the release of Sword Art Online. Yeah, that's right around the corner already. Crazy. But yeah, thank you all for watching the video. And remember, let's improve together.